Me I tell you, yes, Curly Locks the voice box. Yes, as usual. Yes, me there. Another week, another episode 15. Yes, entitled E-Meal. Yes, the E this will stand for emasculated. Yes, emasculated meal. Yes, E-Meal.
So why this topic though, my brother? Why you chose to speak on the topic of men in particular on this episode?
Well, Virginia, we have no, just like Mr. on the last episode now.
What was that?
In this Western democracy, or should I say, them a act crazy. In this Western, them a act crazy. Remember, again, it's the same spiritually immature mindset will make these rules and laws that govern this Babylonia, this system here in Rasta. And again, these laws seek to pervert or corrupt everything that is natural or divine order. Everything that is naturally natural.
You think so?
Yeah, man. And them separate the man and the woman from one another.
How so?
Oh, you mean with paradigms, brethren? Yeah, man. The story, them, the things how we believe. Yeah, man. The word of the day is paradigm. P-A-R-A-D-I-G-M. And the way how them teach you for spell in a school in a Rasta. If a man did actually spell it P-A-R-A-D-I-M-E, he would have write in a Rasta.
How could that be right?
Oh, you mean?
Based
on common sense. Pan the common sense where them show us so. You have spell a certain thing. We know if we spell and pronounce a certain thing. He would have write if the common sense they are used.
I think that's nonsense.
Oh, you mean?
I don't believe.
Alright. If a man spell it, alright. The official spelling of the word paragraph is one now. P-A-R-A-G-R-A-P-H. That don't make no sense.
But that's the spelling though.
No, but alright. If a man agree, if we follow with common sense or follow the formula with how them teach we for spell. If a man did spell it P-A-R-A-G-R-A-A-F, it would have make more sense rather than that would have right, but them tell we say that wrong.
So why don't they accept this reality?
Them no business with you. You have to just spell it for them way. That's how Babylon work.
You think so?
Oh, you mean? I don't just the word them alone. They don't see them, so when you have fuck woman, them tell you say that fuck the wrong. Them no business what make sense, You have to fuck for them way, It's a mad piece of world we are living in. Why we don't do a Rasta? Anyway, yes, paradigm. Paradigm mean it is a way of looking at something. When, for example, now them say you change paradigms or the paradigms change, you're actually changing how you think about something. So the man now is useless and up on the fringes of society. Me I tell you, and it's a sad reality, brethren, and me I tell you, say, me surprised to see the amount of youth to pack up in my inbox and all bout, and even woman too, but I'm crazy youth that tell me say, boy, them never know and them from them born, them never get a word of encouragement. Yet, I say them never hear something like this yet in them whole entire life. Even some big man, even some man well over 50 ask me if it's too late for them. I said, no, it's never too late. It's never too late for do the right thing. Me I tell you that. Alright, yes, this section of the program is brought to you by Bounce About Kids Party Rentals. To give your kids the experience of a lifetime, don't just bounce all boat. It is at Bounce About. That is B-U-N-X About. A-B-O-U-T, yeah man. And the number to call is 876-404-1714. If you want to give your kids the party of a lifetime, and you're sure. Also brought to you by Madvert Multimedia. If it's not Madvert, it's not an advert. And Rebel 13 Collections. It's at Rebel 13 Collections for the finest in custom design clothing and everything printing except fingerprinting. And Vicebox Studios, the vice of a nation. Yes, alright. The first letter of the day is coming from Roger King. Alright, that one is very long, so I'm going to read some part of the front part and then I reach on the last part there. Alright, he must say, keep up the good work. I am listening to you from 2003, which puts a laughter to my everyday living. But since I started to listen in the meantime program, I sometimes hack people Wi-Fi just to listen. Careful, Roger, careful. Alright. Him go on to say, my name is Roger King. I am from St. Elizabeth. I am 23 was St. Elizabeth. May I tell you my place, my native parish, big up St. Elizabeth. Yeah, him say, I'm living on the streets, but I'm very progressive. Since I start to listen in the meantime, I've understand more about life and everyday living. The program helps me to change my everyday life and start to think more critical, and it helped me to build my vocabulary and educate me. I lost my mom at 14 years old and I don't know a father. I dropped out of high school because of financial issues and lack of parenting. I take to the street to find something to help myself, which is very difficult, but nevertheless, I never give up. Alright, so we skip out and forward down so now. Alright, if any of your listeners can help me to get a job, I'll appreciate it. Anywhere in Kingston or St. Catherine, they can WhatsApp me on 876-317-8085 or call 876-320-6760. And let me say, I'm not begging anything. All I want is just a job to help myself and my 4-year-old daughter. Continue to inspire the nation. Give thanks for in the meantime. Alright, so if anyone a listen and can help this youth Rasta, me I tell you, him not begging, him looking for an opportunity, not a handout. So that is commendable and respectable. So reach out to him on those numbers. Alright. The second letter of the day is coming from Natalie Cunningham. Yeah, she say, bless up, Mr. Vice Box. I love your show. My husband and I cannot get enough. However, you said something on last episode 14, where you stated that Dwayne Wade was exploiting his daughter's confusion. I personally think Dwayne Wade loves his child and accepts her for who she is, and I don't see anything wrong with that. I also don't think any parent alive would go to that extreme for money or clout. I look forward to episode 15. Keep them coming. Alright, Natalie. Yes, you same daughter, well, me same son. We can disagree and we are right? Yeah, man. And you say you don't know why somebody would do that to them children. You understand? You don't know why. Alright. I'm going to tell you why. You understand? It's 3 things. And the 3 things are spiritual immaturity, and spiritual immaturity. Let me say something again. You understand? Yeah, man. I mean name again, because again is how you learn. Repetition. So tell me something now. How much rich people you see out there we don't know when them have enough and miserable because them have to compete with everybody and them broke again every time somebody get more than them. Yeah, man. Because what? The most important thing to a spiritually immature person is somebody's opinion of them. Everybody's opinion of them are the most important thing. It run them entire life. So Natalie, you have to understand. So the spiritually mature with money are the brokest people on earth. And when I talk about him in relation to him youth now, I now tell him youth how to feel or where to be, Me I tell him be a parent. This youth is 10, 11-year-old.
At the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah,
man, just be a parent to the youth, you understand? And if when him 18, him still have certain feelings and say him want a fat pussy, well then, at that point, you just decide if you are going to support him. But you don't give up your parental role and left up the youth to the system, brethren.
My brother, with all fairness though, if the child feels like it's transgender, the man respects the right of the child to be transgender. Are you saying that the child's right shouldn't be respected, my brother?
No, brethren, me I say the youth too young. Because at that age, Rasta, youth a search for them sexual identities, a normal thing. Alright, look on it like this. Sexual energy is an objective part of human nature. However, sexuality itself can be subjective, meaning say a one can now be influenced then by elements in them surroundings.
I don't believe that. I'm not buying that.
Alright, these elements can influence them, I believe, to walk or to be oriented in a particular direction.
Are you saying people don't make their own sexual choices, my brother?
No, me I say, at this stage in them life, brethren, it is critical so we protect them from certain things because watch ya, certain elements within the surroundings can exploit them sexual vulnerability. And let's say a pervert catch a little boy at that stage in him life now and do certain things, certain sexual things to him now, repeatedly. And as me always say, anything repeated over become second nature. And to this little boy, now this feel like it natural, so it become him identity. And it's not only for boys, it go for girls too, because when a man trouble one little girl from, let's say, age 10, 11, by the time she's 15, this become normal. But this destroy our ability for function in any healthy relationship later on in life.
Why is that, my brother?
Because them they too young to decide what them is at that point. Them just have the sexual energy and don't know what to do with it. Them just try find out what is this thing and figure it out.
Too young, you saying?
Yeah, man, at that age, them can't make a choice yet. And scientific studies prove, so what most of these abusers have in common is an exposure to pornography too early in them life when them not develop to process that properly. So me nah say the way enough to support him youth. Me I say the youth is too young to make a decision say me that transsexual or any other sexual. Yeah, man, at that age, them can't make a choice yet. Remember, in my childhood, a whole heap of people can remember them things too. When me was about the same age, boy 11, used to have a girl named Michelle in Rasta. We used to play Dolly House and them thing there. Yeah. Fear Dolly, my house. When mommy got in a bar, yeah man. And sometimes we used to play it over a place named Azibush, yeah man. So one day, you know, you don't know, them a pick the mother, them a pick the father, we're going to be the pick me and them thing there. And one little youth named Charlie, we used to do that one thing. Michelle pick me because Charlie, the kind of hard to look upon, and she always pick me, yeah man. So, we go do my thing with Michelle as usual, wind up, and, yeah, you know, wind up till it feel like you've done, and the thing open up, the wood head open up and just lock back, nothing no come out. Yeah, I tell you. Alright, so, when we done one idea, we go out side and we go catch Charlie. Bore hole in a banana tree and I get some rascal for.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Alright, where you call that now? Where you call him? What kind of label that give him? A banana sexual that call Charlie? You say that sexual energy there in them from early and them a try figure out what them is and what this is. Unfortunately, some environmental factors and some fuck up experiences like abuse can tamper with that natural process. Because Charlie live in Florida, you know, with his wife and him 2 beautiful children. Why him never grew up for married a banana tree? All me I say is that if a pervert did catch Charlie at that particular point in his life, it might never did work out so well.
Does science support your claim, my brother?
Oh, you mean? Of course. Many world-renowned, famous psychotherapists conduct interviews with people who live this kind of lifestyle and find abuse in a most of them past. And I'm not saying that abuse is the only influential factor in this kind of outcome, you know, in this lifestyle. But me I said this subject here is about the children get abused.
Too frequently, I would say, my brother.
Yeah, man. So early in their life, them don't know, brethren. So make the youth them grow up and pick a side.
In the meantime...